My girlfriend and I recently went to the National Zoo in Washington, D.C. In this video I'm going to show you some footage from the trip, as well as give it a full review and tell you what I thought and if it's worth going to. The National Zoo is one of the oldest zoos in the United States, and it is part of the Smithsonian Institution. While the zoo itself does not charge admission, if you plan on parking in the parking lot at the zoo, it's going to be $25. However, in the summer, it's next to impossible to find a spot in the parking lot, and even street parking will be filled up. The zoo is open year-round, and according to the official website, it is home to 2,700 animals representing more than 390 species. The zoo offers different programs daily that you can go to. Although we did not get to attend any on this particular visit, I've been to them in the past and they were very good. They even have webcams on the website that you can view the animals at any time from your own home. This is a very large zoo, and with so much to see and so many activities to do, you could definitely spend the whole day here for your family and have fun. First thing I want to kind of review, and this is a very important one, is the husbandry of the animals that are kept there. Everything that I saw on this trip was at least at the level of other zoos that I've been to, and honestly most of it was a lot better. However, one issue that I have, and if you look online you can see this, is that they do have a lot of animals that seem to be escaping. And now, while most zoos, you'd expect a couple to escape, this does seem to be a pretty high number. Something I noticed while I was there was that there were a good number of animals that were completely off exhibit with signs in their enclosures saying so. Now this is probably just due to the season that we came in, which is winter. However, I'm still not sure why there were a lot of reptiles in the reptile house, which the weather has no effect on, that were off exhibit, as well as a small mammal house. My favorite exhibit at the entire zoo is Amazonia. Amazonia is a walk-through building where you go through the lower level, go up a set of steps, and walk through the upper level. Now the lower level houses many different species of fish, including 2 giant fish tanks and then a room of smaller tanks showcasing different species from the Amazon. When you walk up the staircase onto the second level of Amazonia, you're greeted with a lush and thriving rainforest setup. All the animals in this exhibit are free roam, and you could be walking by and see a monkey above your head or a bird on the ground. It really makes you feel like you're in the rainforest, and the whole environment really adds to it with the heat and humidity. If you go to the zoo, this is definitely an exhibit worth checking out, and it's an experience to be had. One thing to note is that all inside exhibits close earlier than the zoo itself. That means the great apes, small mammals, reptiles, Amazonia, and any of the buildings basically close earlier. It's a good idea to check the website before you go, or ask a staff member when you get there so you don't miss out. Due to its size, the zoo can be somewhat of a maze, and the entire thing seems to be built on a hill in the main walkway. However, there are many signs up that tell you where you are and how to get to different exhibits, and I found them extremely helpful. It makes the zoo very easy to navigate, and I had no problems with that at all. Undoubtedly, one of the largest draws to this zoo is the giant pandas that they have there. The National Zoo is one of only 3 zoos in the United States to have them. During the summer months, it is insanely crowded there, and even in the winter when we went, it was very crowded where they were kept in their inside enclosure. One of the big attractions at the zoo used to be the invertebrate exhibit. It was a large building that housed anything from an octopus to cuttlefish to different species of ants and spiders, pretty much any invertebrate you can think of. However, in June of 2014, it closed its doors for good and is no longer there. One of the underrated parts of the zoo, I think, is the farm animal section. It seems to be designed mainly for kids, but it's very fun to see the different cows, chickens, llamas, donkeys, and all the other types of animals that they have there. It wasn't open this time of year, but in the summer they have a small petting zoo where you can pet all the different goats. So my overall review of the zoo is this. It's a very spacious zoo with many different species and a wide array of habitats and different buildings, programs, vendors. There's just so much to do there. And while parking is going to be a nightmare, you can just expect that out of the gate. Once you get in there, it's an amazing experience, and I definitely recommend going if you're in the area, or even if you're not, it's definitely worth the trip. There's plenty to do in DC as well if you want to spend the weekend there. The zoo's open year-round, and I don't really have a recommendation on what season to go in. In the winter, you're going to get less crowds, but less animals on exhibit. In the summer, you're going to get a lot more crowds, but you're going to get more animals on exhibit, and all the vendors will be open. Some of the vendors will not open in the winter. Anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed this review. Make sure to leave a like and subscribe if you haven't already for more zoo reviews and other animal-related content. Have a good day.